12th.
Yes. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the February 12, 2013 Township of Riverside Board of Trustees meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by trustee Ertler, second by trustee Costello to approve the minutes of the February 12th, 2013 meeting. Any comments or questions on the meeting minutes? None. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. All right, communications. Do we have any?
Yes. We received a little reminder from Marjorie to make sure that we are thinking about our reports for our annual meeting, which will be held on April 16th. And just make a note of it for us. The Relay for Life American Cancer Society thanked us for our donation of sponsorship of $1,500. And we received notice here that at the Cadillac Palace Theater from May 10th through the 12th, they're going to have a Shenmue show. It's based in New York and it's performing about Chinese culture. And they say that it's a wonderful show in case anybody wanted to attend it. And that's it.
Okay, so if anybody is interested,
I can-
a copy of that information. Thank you very much. Visitors' remarks. Any visitors' remarks tonight? No? Okay. Les, are you gonna?
I'm just here to respond to any questions the board may have about the budget for the mental health board.
Okay, so we're getting to that soon. All right, there's no supervisor here. Any trustee reports?
No.
Okay, mental health board reports are in your packages. Hopefully you've had a chance to look at them. Any questions on those? Did you see the notice about Segwin merging with ICP? UCP. UCP of Greater Chicago and Segwin are merging effective July 1st. Because their organizations provide similar services and they felt that they could achieve growth while reducing costs by joining together. So they're looking forward to a beneficial relationship there. All right, under old business, we have the township budget ordinance, which we have a tentative budget right now. Does anyone have any changes they think need to be made to what we have currently?
No, I believe the changes that we made in the special meeting on March 4th are all in there. They're all noted in red.
Right.
And that's what we did. We
Had
decided on.
I noted that under our financials that we're getting very close on IMRF for the year, for the amount that we budgeted. And I was just wondering if perhaps we shouldn't we did up it to 20, but I'm wondering if we should maybe even put a little more in there. Right now,
What's our total expense?
we're down about 1,500. We had 16, close to 1,700 this current month. I mean, and that'll take us up to close to 20 just with last year. And if there are any increases next year, you know, we may need more there. And there's that $3,100 that we have for the health officer, and I don't think we really need that anymore.
It doesn't appear that we would.
I mean, there's a possibility that we might have someone come in at some point in time, but right now, I don't think there's any plan to.
Well, what if they come in after the new fiscal year? Do we have something in there?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't eliminate it completely.
What number is it?
MRF is 1530. I don't know, that was one thought that I had. And then, you know, we said that we wanted to delete the miscellaneous expense item, and then I noticed when I was looking at the bills, auditing the bills, that we had that expense for flowers for Bob Novak when he passed away. I mean, where would we put something like that? And it's under miscellaneous right now. Where would we put that if we didn't have a miscellaneous expense item?
We can certainly find a place, because I agree with you, miscellaneous really should be on the budget.
Well, that's what we said, but I'm just wondering.
I don't agree with it being on the budget.
That isn't an ongoing expense. I don't know.
I mean, I guess. And it's not a supply, so we
How about-
can't supplies.
Can it come out of a town program
We could stretch legal services.
Yeah.
I mean, I think probably what you said, Matt, is close as you're gonna get.
I would prefer to put it out, take it out of the town program than to put something back in this.
The town program sounds like it would cover.
Yes.
That's what it would do. I would go with town
Future.
program.
Right.
Alright. Okay, so, what's your thought about the IMRF? Leave it at 20? And hope that, and we could always transfer.
Yeah.
It's enough to cover it to the end of next month, right? This month, right?
Well, actually, no, we're under, but we're not gonna transfer now because we're.
No, but I mean, there's enough in there to cover it for this fiscal year. No? There's,
Not in the line item, we're in the red. But it's too late to transfer.
what was it before?
16.
16, so we
16,000.
So we're up to 4,000.
I mean, it
Which
isn't
is-
gonna help us this year.
Okay.
I'm looking
She's
to,
like,
to
for
next
Right.
year.
for the next budget.
Because with the amount that we're under, plus the amount that we spent this past month, we're gonna spend again in March. So
Right.
adding all that up, and to the 16, we're gonna be over 20, I think.
We're gonna be
And
over
that's
20?
assuming that they don't increase the rates.
We're only going to make it 25.
Then we probably want to adjust something else.
Take it off the health officer.
Well, that was my thought, but you commented that you wanted to.
I don't foresee a health officer being put on.
No, but I mean,
Used, so I think you're safe taking it out there and putting it towards the IMRF.
that would be 3,100, you know, if you want to up it 5,000, we still.
No.
Well, we already brought it up to 20.
Yeah,
Yeah, but she said we're going to be over 20 on this fiscal year.
it's going to be a bit over, I believe.
Just a bit, so if we have the 31, it should cover it for next year.
All right, so we're going to put 0 for health officer and put that on the IMRF?
Or what we could do is like leave 1,000 in the health officer, just to have an amount there.
And then put
in case.
2,100?
And then put, you know,
Okay.
2,100.
All right, we'll put 1,000 in there. And that'll be 22,100
Yeah.
for the IMRF. Okay.
And then we that 1,000.
22,
Yes.
So we're gonna put 1,000, change that to 1,000
22,100.
and make IMRF 22,1. Right?
Okay.
Okay, I do know with miscellaneous that Fran has a miscellaneous expense in her budget. And I don't know what she might use that line item for.
I can't remember if I charged anything to miscellaneous this year.
Well, let's see. Well, at the end of February, you have, out of $1,000, $950.01 in there. So you did shift something here.
Yeah.
That's,
Thank you, excuse me.
I'm not sure what it was.
well, is there somewhere else the assessor can put that? Other than miscellaneous?
Miscellaneous, maybe with equipment? Would that include, like sometimes I'll put something in the office, like weather stripping around the windows or something like that, and
Quite frankly,
that's
it's
like what I would put under miscellaneous, because
Well, it's
it's
an
not
office.
really equipment, but.
Okay, where is that page you're looking for? Do you have like office expenses or something?
Yes, I do have office supplies.
Office, well,
Well, the telephone is low.
Yeah, but
yeah,
depending on what it was, you don't necessarily put it there.
Telephone. I would, office supplies is more generic.
Only one.
Yeah, you could put it in office supplies.
Let's do that.
So you had $1,000 in there, right? So we'll move that, we'll put 0, and we'll keep the line, or should we delete the whole line item?
I prefer deleting the whole line.
Delete the line item.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna move $1,000 to office supplies. So you'll have 2,000 up there.
Where's the line?
2,800.
No, I'm looking at. Okay.
People, come back this way.
What's your whole assistance?
Should be 2,800.
I don't know, I guess.
Yes, right there.
Okay.
2,800, take that out.
Oh, okay.
And we're putting it towards,
Office supplies.
office supplies.
So there'll be 2,000 in office supplies. This is now.
Now, there's a hearing on the budget. I think the meeting is going to be scheduled for 5:45 on April the 16th. And the notice was supposed to go in the paper today because you have to do the 30 days notice on the hearing and to show that the tentative budget is available for inspection at the offices here.
Okay.
So I'll give this correction to Andrew, and then this will be the tentative budget, which will be available if anyone comes
All right,
in.
well, then we'll be at 5:45
Yeah,
on the.
Rich wasn't here, so
For the
we
annual
can
meeting, the
confirm.
annual meeting is 6:01,
Right.
and then we're on 7 again. Okay.
So, those are, everybody satisfied?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Next is the intergovernmental agreement, the response from Richard Cowan on the agreement that the village presented to us. What did anybody think about these changes that he noted? That he,
You didn't have a solution for it.
I mean, what's everyone's feeling about, what does, he said we should define public meeting, because it's not defined in the agreement. And
Well,
do we want public meeting to mean every single meeting that we have? Or do we want it to just be the regular monthly meetings, the regular monthly meetings and the annual meeting, the regular monthly meetings and all committee meetings? I mean,
well, we have to post, even our special budget meeting, we have to post that in the paper, so I mean, if anybody wants to come to that, I would assume they can, right?
Right, but now we're talking about the cable, putting it
Yeah.
on cable. They're
Those
always
meetings?
open. They're always open to anybody in the public to come. That's
Yeah.
not gonna change. But the question is, for purposes of this agreement and what's going to be viewed on cable television, what do we want public meetings to mean?
What do we want it to mean?
Yeah, do we want it to be just regular monthly meetings? Do we want it to be every single meeting, including, you know, special meetings, the annual meeting, any committee meetings that we might have? He said he would recommend defining it.
I would say, the special meetings, I don't believe need to be broadcast, but I would say the regular meetings and the annual town meeting.
So that would
Because
essentially.
those are set in stone.
Right, right.
I think that's right.
I agree that's proper.
13 meetings a year,
Yeah.
I think I agree with that.
12 meetings, because the town hall meeting is the same meeting. Right.
Which one?
The town hall meeting, we have our regular
Regular.
board meeting, so we
Yeah.
can be 13 meetings, but only 12.
And then what about
Well,
the hearing?
Well, yeah, I mean, they would be here.
They'd be here anyway.
For the town meeting, and then they just stay for the regular meetings.
Yeah.
One
so
follows the other.
It's one day, so essentially there's 12 days in a year.
But there are 13 meetings.
There are 13 meetings, but one follows the other.
Well, in the hearing, you know, you could count as another one. So depending on how they consider it, I don't know if they could just stay for the hearing and then decide they didn't want to stay for the rest, I suppose, and not tape it,
So again,
record it.
we have to-
So we want to include the hearing on the budget.
the budget hearing, the town meeting,
It's all on the same day.
it's all on the same, correct?
Right, it's all on the same day.
All
But
right.
I don't know if we consider that three, I think we have to
But are you
consider
gonna-
three
I
separate.
think it's 3 separate.
There was, there'd be 3 separate meetings, but are you gonna put that in for every year at the?
No, we're only talking about this year,
This is one.
right now.
Oh, okay, all
We're
right.
talking about this year right now. Okay, his second point was that the agreement currently says that the, section 2, which I have over here, says the commission shall, to the extent it has the necessary equipment and personnel available to do so. And he says, and if there's a conflict with the village gets the broadcast, not the township. With regard to the commission either has the equipment or it doesn't. If there is any question, then why are you paying $1,500? Also, to the extent there are conflicts with village meetings or other commitments, the commission is going to broadcast the village events and the township is out of luck. So we don't know, he's questioning how likely is that to happen, that there would be any conflicts. And if this does occur frequently, which I would suspect it wouldn't, but if it did, maybe even if it's not frequently, shouldn't there be some rebate to the township for a portion of the payment?
I don't know that there's ever been a conflict with the village board meeting. They meet on, what was it, the first and third Mondays, except in the summer, 3 months, I don't know, they would meet about the third Monday or something in the summer,
Yeah.
and we meet on Tuesday. I know the only conflict, when we had the special budget meeting, that was the same night as the village meeting.
Yeah. Well,
But we're flexible with that.
frankly, I don't think it could hurt if we
If
ask for
something,
a
if there's a
prorated
conflict and the village takes precedent, there should be some type of rebate.
prorated adjustment.
Prorated adjustment.
I think it's appropriate.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do too.
What do you think, Wayne?
I agree. I think that's fair, and it would serve our purpose.
I mean, we're gonna be paying them up front, so it would have to be a reimbursement of some sort.
That's what I just said, I like the term prorated adjustment.
Yeah. Okay, I think that was, yeah, okay, I think we covered his comments. So do we want a motion to proceed to, I will notify Supervisor Tusher to contact the appropriate village official to request that the changes be made to the agreement to define not regular, to
No, to
define.
add a prorated adjustment.
Add the
to any-
prorated adjustment and
to
also
any-
to define the
Any
term.
conflict of meetings.
Right, and then to define the term public meeting to just include the regular meetings, regular monthly meetings, the annual town meeting, and the budget hearing.
Okay.
For a total of, that would be 14
14 meetings.
meetings.
So moved. You said it.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Ian Knocko. Babitsky, second for, motion was by John Ertler, second by Matt DeCassola. And any other comments or questions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay,
Motion carries.
all right. Next is the alternate signatory for township checks. We had this discussion last month, I believe, about when a supervisor is out and checks need to be signed, especially payroll checks, and he's not here, how can this be handled? And you saw the materials, I'm sure, in your packages, that under the code, the township code, the only person authorized to sign checks is the supervisor.
Well, we're,
And he did indicate that, okay, he said one alternative that should never be used is to sign checks in advance. We know that. He said that what some townships do, as I'm sure you read, is to require 2 signatures. It reinstates desired controls and permits checks to be issued when the supervisor is not available. So the check can be made out, signed by the supervisor in advance, since the check won't be good or issued until there's a counter signature.
well,
So the counter signature would be,
but that
one of us.
puts us back in the same boat again. Because let's assume that he signs the check in advance, the supervisor signs it in advance, and he can't make it on payday. And neither can the alternate signatory.
That's a possibility.
So then I get paid again.
That's a possibility.
And the other possibility, and I talked to Margie about this, is to have automatic deposit. But there's a charge for each check on it.
And we write so few payroll checks.
Well, is it just the payroll checks?
Well, that's the one that's really important, that you want people to be paid on time.
Right, I agree. So is there a way we could have automatic deposit just for payroll?
I suppose, I mean.
Well, let's bring that up.
My last
Let's
job.
bring that up, let's bring it up at the next meeting. We should look into see how much. Because she said there's a charge, I thought she said it's somewhere around 20 cents a check or something.
Marge said that?
But Margie told me, I asked her about that, if we couldn't do it.
But maybe all the employees wouldn't want that. Maybe the employees wouldn't want that.
That's a good point.
I mean, they have to be in agreement to do that.
Okay, if they're in agreement to do that, and if they say, no, I don't want it, and he's not here, sorry. you
Well,
don't want the
the-
automatic deposit. Some places, it's mandatory. I mean, even social security,
It's getting
libraries
worse.
now, it's mandatory.
Well, the other option, of course, is what we all said before, is that someone, if it's because he's out ill, but he's home, he's in the neighborhood, somebody just physically
That's
takes
fine.
the check
That's
to
fine.
his house and rings the bell, and he signs it, and that's it.
Hopefully he can get up and answer the door.
According to Brian Smith, if we were to have the second signatory, that person would have to be bonded also.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So it's also going to be another expense for the township.
And again, what if they're both unavailable?
That's a possibility.
I mean, or one is and the other one isn't.
It's a possibility.
So,
So,
the process of automatic deposits there.
okay, so otherwise, we're gonna leave it for now with he's the signatory.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't like the idea of an alternate signature. Both signatures have to be on there. It's not gonna do us any good.
One more person looking at the insurance.
Right.
Make sure he has his goal. All right.
Okay, chamber, this was a carryover from last month. You saw the update on what we did pay them last year for the car shows. And we did cover the summer.
Yes, sir. In the same amount of what they're asking for this year.
Yeah. Les, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Certainly.
I guess no one had any.
Well, I appreciate all your questions.
We appreciate your answers.
So,
But
I move we grant the Chamber of Commerce the amount they requested, $1,050.
second motion.
okay, motion by Wayne Eastman, second by John Edward to grant the $1,050 to cover the porta potties for
Yeah.
the summer
Yeah, I should.
car
do
shows.
that, right.
Isn't it to purchase the porta potties or rent?
To rent.
To rent?
Rent.
Yeah, rent, good point. Rent the porta potties for the car shows this summer. Any comments or questions? Okay, all in
It's a
favor?
popular show, I'll tell you that.
Aye.
All in favor? Oh, wait, we just do our roll call.
Ortman,
Yes.
Kiesman,
Yes.
DeCassola,
Yes.
Kibitsky.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Mention to him that he's got to make sure that the township is mentioned out there to show that we help support that affair.
I'd also be interested to find out if there's any other, who else supports those car shows and how they support them.
Yeah, that'd be good to know.
Yeah.
You want him to try to find out?
Yeah, I think it would be, I think it's appropriate to find out who else is supporting it monetarily or.
Yeah, I don't know about monetarily, but ones I've been to, like, the Riverside Bank is always out there doing something.
Okay.
Some of the restaurants will be there, they're selling things.
They're selling things. Are they charging them to be out there or?
I don't know if they have
I
there's
think
a charge.
if there's any other costs involved for the chamber, I think it would be interesting to find out who else is covering some of those costs.
All right, on down to new business. Adopt the annual meeting is April 16th. We have to adopt the agenda, at
Any
least.
motion?
I'll make a motion that we adopt the Riverside Township Annual Town Meeting agenda for April 16th, 2013.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion by trustee Ertler, second by trustee DeCassola to approve the proposed annual town meeting agenda. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Okay, next we have the letter that even has less of a margin this year than I think it did last year, from the auditor. Smaller print, shorter margins, with all this legal or auditor's language about preparing our audit for this year, for the year ended March 31, 2013. They are asking for $7,000 this year. to complete the audit, bill 75% upon completion of their audit field work and 25% upon issuance of the reports.
What did we pay him this year? Or last year?
I think it was like 6,500.
55?
See, it was 65.
It's quite a jump.
How much, 6,500?
55.
Oh, 55.
Well, let's see, it was, oh, it was 6750.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's.
6750, so they're rising to 250.
Why did we get the system review report that's dated May 25th, 2010?
Well, that's something that,
I mean, that was their review for the year ended February 28th, 2010.
Klein paid for that.
Yeah, and that's just
That's,
giving us some degree of satisfaction. I think that the controls that the Klein Hall is using are
Is this-
passing this particular rating
I
that
understand
firms are
that.
subject to.
Is this an annual review or one that's done every so many years?
I think that the concern is that it's going on 3 years.
Exactly, that's what I'm looking at, 2010, you know.
You're right.
If they want to include it, they should include a more recent one.
Yeah, if they have a more
If they
recent
have,
one.
I don't know how, like John said, how often do they run?
I don't remember getting this last year, but
I don't either.
I just don't remember it.
oh, that's useless. I didn't realize it was.
This implies that it's an annual review, because it says it here twice for the year ended
Yeah.
February 28th, not for the 4 years ended or 3 years.
Yeah.
So this is useless.
Well, do we want to ask them if they have a more current one, they would have sent it.
I think they ought to be, well, required on
We
that.
should encourage them to
Do
update
that.
it. We'll see, ask if they have
Why do we
an
have it?
updated,
A 2010 dated letter.
yeah, base system. Accounting for more current.
Particularly since we didn't have it last year.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, are we okay with the amount?
Now, I make a motion, do we need to approve? We approve Klein, Halls and Associates for the annual audit for the year ending 3/31/13,
In the amount,
in the amount of $7,000.
okay? Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, a motion by trustee Eastman, second by trustee DeCassola, to engage Klein Hall and Associates LLC to complete our audit for the year ended March 31, 2013, at a cost of $7,000. Any comments or questions? Otherwise, a roll call vote on this, please.
Giesman?
Yes.
Trustee Giesman?
Yes.
Yes?
Trustee DeCosmo?
Yes.
Trustee Ertler?
Yes.
Trustee Kavitsky?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, next we have a proposal for repair of some steam pipes in the basement. In the crawl space, apparently. I don't know exactly what's going on there.
I make a motion that we delay this till next meeting.
I think it should be tabled.
Just be tabled.
Yeah, just table it.
Yeah, I got some questions on this too, when I asked the supervisor.
All right.
That's all. I would suggest the table until next meeting.
Hopefully there won't be any emergency created, but I don't know. I don't
Was this
know.
Well, I don't have to
was this
call.
brought up to anybody?
Then they'll have to call two of us for approval.
Was it brought up to you at all, Lee?
Wayne,
Pardon me?
Was this brought up to you at all?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it should be
you didn't
tabled.
say anything about this is really an
No.
emergency
No,
situation.
he must know about this, but we don't.
Well, then he can explain it at the next meeting.
Right.
We'll discuss it then. And then some questions too.
All right, next is the Lions Club annual dues. For the supervisor, $80 for regular dues. We have a motion to approve this.
So move, I'll approve it. I mean, I'll make the motion that we approve it. I know that it went up to $80, right? $80 and 49 for spouse members. I'll make the motion that we approve it.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion by trustee Ertler, second by trustee Giesman to approve Lions Club dues in the amount of $80 for Supervisor Tusher. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Oh, roll call.
Trustee Kavitsky?
Yes.
Trustee Giesman?
Yes.
Trustee Ertler?
Yes.
Trustee DeCosmo?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, next we have approval of notary public commission for Supervisor Tusher, $49.
That's cheap.
And is this, I didn't even mind look at this, is it for, how long do these go now?
4 years.
4 years, instead of 4 years. Okay.
Well, I make a motion that we approve the notary public commission for the supervisor in the amount of $49.
I second.
Second, okay, motion by trustee Ertler, second by trustee Giesman to approve the $49 notary public commission fee for Supervisor Tusher. Any comments or questions? No. Okay, roll call please.
Trustee Ertler?
Yes.
Trustee Giesman?
Yes.
Trustee DeCosmo?
Yes.
Trustee Giesman? Kavitsky?
Yes.
Sorry. Motion carried.
Okay, next, I don't know how this one slipped in here, because it's a grant, and this is not a grant month, but. Wait a minute, this says the date for this is February 24th. Please return by, what is this? I didn't notice that when I looked at it. Is this just,
It's a sponsorship for the Blue Gold dinner, but they don't have a,
but it's, the date is.
It's already
February
passed.
24th.
it's passed, and they didn't have a proper grant request going either.
No,
There's nothing we can do now.
I'll have to get it early.
Yeah, last year we gave them $100. That was at the February meeting.
Right, we did sponsor them last year, but,
Yeah. Well, I don't know why that even came up.
Okay,
Why this is even on the agenda.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, let's move.
Okay.
could send it back to them and alert them for future, proper form and when we hear our grant request.
Okay, there's an FYI in here about summer benefits. One of the organizations that you hear is putting on for your information. And we are down to further visitors' remarks. Okay? Nothing's come up. How are the people, how are you doing with appointments, Fran, with people coming in for, is that all done?
Appeals, and the appeal period with the assessor's office ended on February 28th, and the final deadline for any other paperwork was due on Monday, so that appeal period is now over. We're still accepting exemption applications through April 5th, so we have some time to get senior exemptions, homeowner exemption, disabled homeowner exemptions, all those exemption applications. There's still some time to do that, so.
Can they file them with you, or do they have to send them downtown themselves?
Well, they can bring them here, and then we make copies of those, and we send them directly to an individual who I have as a liaison downtown. So, so in the mailing that the Cook County Assessor's Office did when they sent out the renewal forms for the senior citizens, they sent in a return envelope to their mailing house in Oak Brook Terrace. So, so we send those, when we have our individuals come here, we make copies of everything, we keep them in our file, and we send them directly to Cook County. And then we check everything to make sure that all the exemptions have been applied right before those tax bills go out. And if they haven't, things kind of get lost downtown sometimes. We fax them over right away before they have the final deadline. So that's why we recommend people to come in here, because we actually do that kind of follow-up work.
Oh,
Very good. Yeah.
it is good. We survived. Steve dropped our
There's
numbers.
a point of order, we should get a voting, we're missing our podium.
Well, this is a special situation here today, so. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
And for the work you do. Do a good job.
Thank you.
Seriously, I did hear good comments about your office. Okay, down to approval warrants then. All right, now, I guess I'll go with some sections. Okay, the first one is a motion that the board approve and ratify payment of bills identified on the general warrant March 2013 in the amount of $12,555.76.
Second motion.
Wait.
Why is it like
Oh, yes, I'll bring another
I'm
one.
sorry,
Yeah.
because I'm tired. 12,255, see, thanks.
I thought
At least
that's what you said.
you were listening, that's
I was
good.
reading it.
Well, and I was looking at it too. It's been a long day. $12,255.76 as presented to the board this 12th day of March 2013. How, with the caveat that the payment to Riverside Plumbing in the amount of $2,522.25. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay, and the payment in the amount of $560.12 to AM Electrical Engineering be held until each of these companies submits a certified payroll which covers the work which was completed by those amounts.
Can I have a better change of wording instead of using caveat? I would say contingent upon the submission of the, whatever it is, the work.
Okay,
Because it's not a caveat, it's going to be contingent upon
contingent upon
the submission of,
of the certified payroll
Certified
by
payroll.
each of Riverside Plumbing in the amount of $522.25 and AM Electrical Engineering for the amount of $560.12 prior to the actual payment of the invoice. And by law, we are, this is explanatory, not part of the motion, we can do that until we receive those.
second motion.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second on that. Motion by Ian Kwiatkowski, second by John Ertler. Any comments on that, questions? No. Okay, roll call vote.
Trustee Giesman?
Yes.
Trustee Ertler?
Yes.
Trustee DeCosmo?
Yes.
Trustee Kavitsky?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. Next, we have a motion that the board ratify and approve payment of the amounts indicated on the following warrants: utility warrant March 2013 in the amount of $2,504.80. Payroll warrant March 2013 in the amount of $14,790.34. Health warrant March 2013 in the amount of $1,566.21.
No, he said 1,556, it's 1,566.
Oh, That's why you're written down, see, I'm glad you're watching. $1,566.21. I do have it written down here correctly.
We have this in our box, it says,
Oh, let's see, this was the wrong thing.
oh, okay. I
This is
just
the
want to
date
make
that-
sure.
This is the date that was in there.
Thank you.
Okay, so health is 1,566.21. Monthly filings, March 2013, in the amount of $5,206.80. Grants, March 2013, in the amount of $5,750. General assistance warrant, March 2013, in the amount of $5,100. Township radio players warrant, March 2013, in the amount of $60. All of the dollars presented for this 12th day of March 2013.
Second motion.
Okay, motion by Kavitsky, second by John Ertler, to approve the warrant was just read, which they have indicated in a few minutes. Any comments or questions about those? Any of those? Okay, roll call vote.
Trustee Giesman?
Yes.
Trustee Kavitsky?
Yes.
Trustee Ertler?
Yes.
Trustee DeCanzalo?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Okay, and we're down to most of the residents up here, so no comments and reviews.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.